Today, we're going to give you guys a full breakdown of every single Star Wars item that's going to be available during our May the 4th Whatnot auction. We're going to have things like hard to find limited piece Grails, like this Freddy Chewbacca, an army of 3-liter Vader commons, retired Lego sets like this epic Bad Batch shuttle, exclusive custom Star Wars t-shirts, but we can't reveal them until Saturday. Hand-painted lightsaber charity pucks. And make sure to watch the video all the way through so you don't miss any of our epic surprises. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I am beyond excited for our 3rd annual Star Wars celebration over on Whatnot. This year it's happening on a Saturday, which makes things just a little extra special for May the 4th, as our auction will start off at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every single item that you see here in the app will be available during that auction. And if you're new to Whatnot, you can utilize the link in the description below to get $15 off your very first purchase. And I would highly encourage you guys to take advantage of that $15 credit because we have so much epic stuff for this auction. So without further ado, let's jump into wave number 1. So we're going to be going through every single item that we have here in alphabetical order. So we're starting off in the A's with Ahsoka, and here we have her from the Clone Wars, as well as the Hot Topic version of her, and this one she actually has the dynamic pose, which is pretty nice. Up next we have the Season 7 Clone Wars version of Ahsoka, where she's got both lightsabers. Then we have the beautiful Hot Topic exclusive Rebels Ahsoka, followed up by the LA Comic-Con holographic glow-in-the-dark version of her, and both of these pops are just absolutely gorgeous. If you're an Ahsoka fan, you gotta have both of these in the collection. Next up from Ahsoka series or season 1, we have Ahsoka Tano there with the hood. Then here is the GameStop exclusive Mechanic Ahsoka. Next up, this is actually my personal favorite Ahsoka pop nowadays, the Power of the Galaxy Amazon exclusive white hooded Ahsoka, and this is actually the version of her that we saw at the end of the Rebels series, and we also saw her like this in the Ahsoka show. Next up, we have the Amazon exclusive Ahsoka from The Mandalorian, followed up by the Hot Topic Ahsoka Tano, once again from Ahsoka Season 1. Next up, we have the Walgreens exclusive AT-AT driver, followed up by the Target exclusive glow-in-the-dark AM from Visions. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Anakin Skywalker turning to the dark side. Everybody loves that pop. Then we have Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars, another great one, followed up by the Target exclusive young Anakin Skywalker here from Episode 1. Then we have the ARC Umbra Trooper. Absolutely love this one. The color scheme is fantastic from the Gaming Greats line. Up next is the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Aura Singh. Then we have the Armor from The Mandalorian, followed up by Admiral Akbar. Now moving into the B's, we have Bo-Katan, followed up by Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian, as well as her unmasked chase. Up next, we have the Summer Convention exclusive Bodhi from Rogue One, followed up by the Blue Box Bib Fortuna. Up here, we have one of my personal favorite Boba Fett pops. This is the Walgreens exclusive prototype Boba Fett, and this is actually the version of Boba Fett that they originally drew him as, and then they gave him later on his classic blue, red, and black color scheme. Up next, we have the Target exclusive beige Resistance BB unit from the sequel trilogy, as well as BB-9E. And then everyone's personal favorite droid from the sequel trilogy, we have BB-8, followed up by the Summer Convention exclusive BB-8. This one is awesome because he's actually making the little thumbs up with the little lighter there, which is amazing. Up next, we have another great droid here. This is actually from the Andor series. This was a Fall Convention exclusive from 2022, and this is B2 Emo. Up next, we have Baze Malbus from Rogue One. This is actually a great pop. I know the Rogue One line doesn't get a lot of love, but his character was actually pretty cool. And then ending out wave 1 here, we actually have a legendary character and someone, unfortunately, that we will not be able to see any more of in live action, but we did get an amazing appearance, and his character in Ahsoka Season 1 was truly incredible. We have the only pop that they've made of Baylan Skoll. So unfortunately, Ray Stevenson is no longer with us, but he gave us a truly amazing performance in Ahsoka Season 1 that will live on forever. So I absolutely love that pop. You got to have it for the collection. And that concludes wave number 1. Here we go for wave 2. We're going to be starting off with the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Babu Frick. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Bastilla Shan, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Ben Kenobi. Then we have the Target exclusive Retro Ben Kenobi, followed up by the Fall Convention Tusken Raider version of Boba Fett from The Mandalorian, followed up by the Walmart exclusive Metallic Unmasked Boba Fett. Then we have your classic Black Box Boba Fett, followed up by the Mandalorian version of Boba Fett. Moving on up here, we have the animated series Funko Insider Club Boba Fett. And then check out this one. This is actually a pretty hard pop to find. This is the original large font blue box Boba Fett. Absolutely love that one. Then we have Boba Fett from his Boba Fett series, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Jetpack Boba Fett. And this one's actually pretty awesome because he's flying in the air. Great mold by Funko on that one. Then we have the official 2019 con sticker green chrome Boba Fett. And then this will be the last time I say Boba Fett, hopefully for a while. This is the Bait exclusive Kenner color Boba Fett. Moving on to Chewbacca here. This is the Smuggler's Bounty version of him with the gas mask. Then we have the Client from The Mandalorian Season 1. Up here is Cassian Andor from his series. This, of course, was a summer convention exclusive from 2022. Then we have the Flocked Life Day Chewbacca. Then this one is actually flocked as well, the Smuggler's Bounty version of him with the bowcaster here. No flock sticker, but he is in fact furry. Then we have the Celebration exclusive from 2022 of Chewbacca here. He's got the black box and the silver chrome base. Then we have your classic black box clone trooper. Everybody loves a good clone trooper here. And then we have the flocked FYE exclusive Chewbacca from the sequel trilogy, where he's actually holding the little tiny porg. That one is super cute. Next up, we have a pair of blue box Chewbacca. So this was the first Chewbacca Funko Pop that they ever made. And I wanted to put these side by side because there is a little bit of a difference between the two in how they look and, of course, and in value. Here is the regular small font version, and then this one is the large font. So in Star Wars, when it comes to Funko Pops, when we're talking about the font, we're referring to the vinyl bobblehead lettering. So this large lettering indicates that the blue box version of this pop was the first edition or first run of that significant character's pop. Up here we have Cara Dune from The Mandalorian, as well as the Valentine's Day Chewbacca. That one's kind of cute. Then we have the Chewbacca holding the porg, as well as Flock Chewbacca with the goggles from the Han Solo movie. They also made a regular non-flocked version of him. Then we have the retro Target exclusive Chewbacca, followed up by Cad Bane with Toto 360. So he's got his little droid back there, and we saw him in the Bad Batch most recently. And then here is the original version of Cad Bane, and we actually like this one a little bit better than the Bad Batch version here, although you do get the bonus droid, which is always a nice touch. So that was wave number 2. Let's move on to wave number 3. Up next, we actually have an army of Grogus that we're going to look at, but before we get into those pops, we have Cara Dune down here from The Mandalorian with her heavy blaster. That was an FYE exclusive, followed up by C-3PO. He was a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive here, and he's actually holding Chewie's bowcaster. Then we have the original blue box small font version of C-3PO, followed up by the 2015 Summer Convention exclusive all chrome C-3PO. And this one is super cool. Looks way better than the non-chrome version of him. Up next, we have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive unfinished C-3PO with all of the wires exposed. This one is really cool. Funko did an amazing job on that. Then we have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Old Man Rebels Captain Rex. This is an amazing pop. If you guys don't have this version of Captain Rex in your collection, I highly recommend you get it. Up next, we have Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One, followed up by the Target exclusive version of Captain Cassian Andor, also from Rogue One. Moving on up here, we have Chopper, based on his appearance from the Ahsoka show. And then we also have the Entertainment Earth exclusive Captain Enoch. And this pop is Absolutely gorgeous. Funko did an amazing job capturing the look of Captain Enoch here with the gold face and everything. Really an amazing pop and an awesome character that I'm curious to see is, as we move forward in Ahsoka Season 2, I'm curious to see where they're going to go with him. Up next, we have another Cara Dune here from The Mandalorian, as well as C2B5 from Rogue One. Then we have the Rebel pilot Kai Threnali here from the sequel trilogy. Really cool looking pop. I love his helmet and everything. Really awesome. Some of you guys may not remember him because he is from the sequel trilogy, and a lot of people just didn't see those movies. Up next, we have the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. This was a BAM exclusive. Then we have Cobb Vanth. And this is him in Boba Fett's armor. And here is the unmasked Chase edition of Cobb Vanth. And this one is so much better than the masked version because you can't have Cobb Vanth without his amazing hair. Moving on up here, we have Cal Kestis and BD-1. Amazing pop right here, especially because you get the little BD-1 droid as a little bonus pop, buddy. Up next, we have the Smuggler's Bounty version of Count Dooku from Episode 2. Then we have the Camino version of Crosshair. This is an Amazon exclusive, and you do get the bonus Crosshair pin in there. Kudos to Funko and Amazon for teaming up on this one and giving us a very tiny but very appropriately sized Amazon exclusive sticker. Up next, we have Crosshair from Season 1 of The Bad Batch. I personally love this version of him the best. And then we have the Combat Assault Tank Trooper from Rogue One. This was actually a 2017 Summer Convention exclusive. Love this version of the Stormtrooper here. And if you guys need this one for your collection, I highly recommend grabbing it. Up next, we have the Chrome version of Captain Phasma, followed up by the regular version of Captain Phasma. And I wanted to put these two side by side because you can just see the difference of what a nice chrome finish makes, especially on a pop. So it's pretty clear the chrome version of Captain Phasma, like the chrome version of C-3PO, just looks way better. Up next, from 2017 Star Wars Celebration, we have Chopper, but this is him from the Rebels line with his Imperial disguise. Up next, we have Shrut Ime from Rogue One. And now we have our army of Grogus, and I cannot believe how many Grogu pops that Funko has made, but then again, he is pretty popular and he makes a lot of money. Here is the child with Cup, the Walmart exclusive child wielding the Force. Then we have Grogu with the Chowder Squid on his face. That was a Target exclusive, followed up by the standard version of the child. Then we have Grogu with the Butterfly. This was a GameStop exclusive, followed up by the Target exclusive sad version of the child. Here's the child with this frog in the mouth. And then we have the child in the basket, followed up by Grogu from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade when he was a big float. And then last but finally not least, here is the Valentine's Day edition Grogu with cookies where he is all pink. That was a lot of Grogus, and I bet you there's even a few more in the next wave. So I told you guys there would be some surprises. So in addition to everything that we're going to be auctioning off Funko-wise, we also have a little gift for all of our fellow LEGO fans. So we are going to be doing a little Star Wars LEGO retail rally with some of the sets that you see behind here. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of all of these sealed retired sets in just a moment, some of which we're going to be auctioning off starting at just $1, and the rest are going to be dropping in the Buy It Now randomly throughout the stream for their original retail price, regardless of what they're currently going for on the aftermarket. So let's take a look. So starting off with the first set here, we have 75312 Boba Fett's Starship, and this actually comes, of course, with Boba Fett's Slave 1, as well as Boba Fett and Din Djarin holding the classic Beskar spear. This is a really nice play scale set. Then we have 75298, the AT-AT vs. Tauntaun Microfighters. We also have 75342 Republic Fighter Tank, where you get those exclusive purple clone troopers from the 187th Legion. You also get 2 battle droids and Mace Windu, as well, of course, as the Republic Fighter Tank. Down here, we have the Imperial Shuttle, set number 753 5302. You get Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and an Imperial officer, as well as the shuttle build itself. Moving on over, we have set number 75329, one of the dioramas that is now retired from the first wave. This is the Death Star Trench Run. No minifigs, but you do get a really nice build here, and this one actually has a really cool quote with "The Force is strong." With this one. Up here we have 75324, the Dark Trooper attack, that amazing scene from the end of Mandalorian Season 2. You get the hooded Luke Skywalker as well as 3 exclusive Dark Trooper minifigs. Down here we have set 040623, the Battle of Endor Brickhead 5-pack. Amazing set right here. We love our brickheads. And this set, as well as the Ahsoka Tano Brickhead 40539, as well as the Clone Trooper Command Station 40558, and the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle, set number 75314, and the Mandalorian and Child Brickhead 75317 are all going to be starting off at $1. So this set, the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle, the Clone Trooper Command Station, Ahsoka Tano Brickhead, and the Battle of Endor 5-pack Brickhead, those will all be starting off at $1. So whatever they go for, they go for. The last set we have here is 75320, the Snow Trooper Battle Pack. This one, Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet, Death Star Trench Run, the Imperial Shuttle, AT-AT versus Tauntaun Microfighter set, Boba Fett's Starship, Dark Trooper Attack, and the Republic Fighter Tank. All of those sets will be dropping in the Buy It Now for their original retail price at some point randomly throughout the stream. So if you're a LEGO fan, especially a LEGO Star Wars fan, or maybe you are just looking to start your LEGO Star Wars journey, our May the 4th auction is a great opportunity to save some money on some amazing sealed retired LEGO Star Wars sets. Next wave is up, and now we're going to be moving into the D's and E's. Starting out with the white Death Star droid. This was a fall convention exclusive from 2017 New York Comic Con. Then we have the FYE exclusive Dryden Voss. He was the villain in the Han Solo movie. Then we have D.O., cute little droid here from the sequel trilogy, followed up by the GameStop exclusive hooded Darth Revan. Then we have the Target exclusive Dryden Voss Gangster, also from the Solo movie. Then we have director Orson Krennic, saw him in live action form in Rogue One. Then we have the Dark Trooper from the Mandalorian series, followed up by Darth Vader, as well as the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Bespin Darth Vader, where he's doing a little force choke. Up here, we have the Target exclusive Red Chrome Darth Vader, followed up by just your basic Funko Darth Vader. Look at that. Number 1 in the Star Wars line. Then we have the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader. He is unmasked. Then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Darth Vader. I believe this is from the Empire Strikes Back. Then we have the Walmart exclusive Endor colored Artist Series Darth Vader. Next up, we have the Chalice Collectibles exclusive Darth Maul, where he's actually holding one of his lightsabers and the Darksaber. Then we have Darth Maul with his lightsaber ignited on both ends from the Clone Wars, followed up by the regular version of Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and then the Walmart exclusive cracked mask Darth Vader from the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series show. Pretty awesome one right there. I know a lot of people are trying to get that one for their Vader collections. Next up, we have the Galactic Convention exclusive. This was a Star Wars Celebration exclusive from 2019. This is the hooded Darth Maul. This is actually my favorite Darth Maul Funko Pop that they've ever made. This one right here is my second favorite, the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Rebels Darth Maul, where he actually has his robotic legs. They did such a good job with this one. And this is actually the same Darth Maul mold they used to base the Freddy Funko Darth Maul off of. Next up, we have the Valentine's Day pink Darth Vader. Then here is the GameStop exclusive Rogue One Darth Vader, where he's doing the Force choke. And then here is the Rogue One Darth Vader with just his hands on his hips. Next up, we have the metallic Hot Topic exclusive Blue Box Darth Vader. And here is the regular small font blue box Darth Vader. Here is the unmasked Vader. They actually had a Celebration first to market exclusive of this one. This is actually the one that came out after that was not exclusive to the con. Here is the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Black Chrome Darth Vader. And then moving on up here, we have the 2015 Galactic Convention exclusive E3PO. That one's a really nice one in the blue box and all. Then we have Echo here from the Bad Batch. Love this one. This has actually become a little bit harder to find as the popularity of the Bad Batch has gone up. Then we have Emphas Nest, also from the Han Solo movie, followed up by the blue box White Face Emperor Palpatine. There is a value difference between the white face and the pink face versions of Emperor Palpatine. Then we have Emperor Palpatine with the lightning coming out of his hands, followed up by the Target exclusive Retro Emperor Palpatine. Then we have the Hot Topic exclusive Emperor Palpatine of him sitting on his throne from Return of the Jedi. And then here is the small font blue box Darth Maul, as well as the 2023 Fall Convention Darth Maul, where he's in a little bit more of a higher standing pose, once again with his robotic legs. So pretty awesome wave right here, but let's see what's in the next one. This next wave is going to start out with a character who recently returned to the Star Wars known universe. We have Ezra from the Rebels line. Now to date, this is actually the only Ezra pop still on the market until that Toy Temple exclusive finally hits collectors' hands. Next up, we have Finn from the sequel trilogy, as well as the GameStop exclusive Stormtrooper Unmasked Finn. Next up, we have the First Order Executioner, and I actually think these First Order Trooper Pops are really cool and really undervalued. I love them. I have just about every single First Order Trooper in my collection. Here is the First Order Snow Trooper, as well as FN2199, where he's got that really cool lightsaber-like weapon. Then we have the Amazon exclusive First Order Heavy Stormtrooper with that big cannon. And then we have the classic First Order Stormtrooper. Next up, we have Fixer from Delta Squad, one of the gaming greats exclusives. Then we have the Blue Box Figrin. Now moving into the Freddies, we have Freddy Funko as Darth Maul, limited to 4,000 pieces, as well as Freddy Funko as Han Solo, limited to 3,000 pieces. However, with this one, Funko messed up and it was originally going to be 4,000 pieces, and then there was a little sticker debacle there. So that is why there is that little lift on the sticker. That's exactly how it came from the Blacklight Battle box. Next up, we have the 2,000 piece Freddy Funko as Stormtrooper. Man, I would love to see a Freddy Funko as a Clone Trooper, maybe this year, to go along with the Stormtrooper here. And then check out this bad boy, the 600 piece Camp Fun Days event only exclusive Freddy Funko as Chewbacca. And it would be really cool if the person who wins this also takes home Freddy Funko as Han Solo, because Freddy Han and Freddy Chewie would definitely make a really nice pair to go together in one collection. I have both those in mind. Actually, I have all these Freddys because I love the Star Wars Freddys, but yeah, Freddy Funko as Chewbacca is just beautiful. Then we have Fennec Shan from The Mandalorian, as well as Fennec Shan crouching here from the Book of Boba Fett. And then we have the special edition overseas sticker variant of the Valentine's Day Fennec Shan. We actually have, I think, all of the Star Wars Valentine's Day pops, which is fun. Then we have Gar Saxon here from the Clone Wars, as well as the Target exclusive Grand Admiral Thrawn. He is another character that made a reappearance into the Star Wars known universe via the Ahsoka series. And speaking of the Ahsoka series, here is the Grand Admiral Thrawn from the Ahsoka series line, where he's actually holding the gun. I do like this version because it has that classic black and yellow Rebels-like box art, but this one is not too bad either. Next up, we have the Hot Topic exclusive General Grievous with the 4 lightsabers. This is by far the best General Grievous Funko Pop that they've ever made. They also have the Gaming Greats GameStop exclusive one right here, where he has part of his face burned off. This one is pretty cool, but this one is definitely the best one in my opinion. Then we have the Gamorrean Fighter from the Mandalorian series, followed up by the classic Gamorrean Guard Funko Pop. And you can see I put these side by side for a reason. The Gamorrean Fighter is cool, but the Gamorrean Guard is just so much cooler in my opinion. The mold, the classic Funko look that it has, I just think this version is a little superior. Up here we have the Black Box Vaulted Edition of Greedo, followed up by General Leia. Here is the Grand Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Grand Moff Tarkin. Then we have Galen Erso from Rogue One, the architect behind the Death Star. And then we have Hera from the Rebels line, as well as General Hera Syndulla from the Ahsoka series. And just like what I've done with some other sets of pops, I put both Heras side by side. The General Hera Syndulla pop is cool, but I personally prefer the original Hera pop here from the Rebels line. And then last but certainly not least in this wave, we have Hunter from the Bad Batch, based on his appearance in Bad Batch Season 1. We don't have many Bad Batch pops. We do have some, but we don't have many. So if you need one, I would definitely not wait. Go set your pre-bids now, but let's see what is in the next wave. And with this next wave, we're gonna be starting off with the Camino version of Hunter here. This was an Amazon exclusive, and just like the crosshair, you also get the bonus little Hunter pin inside the box. Next up, we have the Loot Crate exclusive Snow Gear Han Solo. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Blue Box Hoth version of Han Solo. Then we have the Target exclusive Han Solo. This is the young version of him from the Solo movie. Then we have the older version of Han Solo from the sequel trilogy, as well as the version of him from 2016 San Diego Comic-Con, where he is holding Chewie's blaster. That is one of my personal favorites. Then we have the original black box Han Solo from the original trilogy, followed up by the blue box Hammerhead. Moving on up here, we have Han Solo in Carbonite from the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. Next up is the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive IG-88 Assassin Droid, followed up by Joanna's personal favorite droid. This is IG-11 from The Mandalorian. Then we have the Imperial Super Commando from 2021 Summer Convention from the Rebels line. This was a really nice addition. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Blue Box Imperial Guard. Next up is the Incinerator Stormtrooper from Season 1 of The Mandalorian, and this mold is just incredible. I absolutely love this Stormtrooper pop. The way they designed the flame just swooshing the way it does, truly chef's kiss, amazing. Next up, we have two Trooper pops that I feel like don't get enough love. They're super undervalued in my opinion. I absolutely love both of them. This is the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Imperial Death Trooper from Rogue One, and then you have your standard Imperial Death Trooper, both of them. Truly beautiful pops. The Death Troopers are of my favorite version of Stormtroopers. Then we have Iden Versio. This is her regular unmasked version. The masked one is the Chase, of course. And then moving on to this one, we have the Gaming Greats exclusive Imperial Rocket Trooper. Another really cool trooper pop that has an amazing dynamic mold. Next up, we have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Jyn Erso from Rogue One, followed up by the standard version of her, also from Rogue One. And then we have the Amazon exclusive Power of the Galaxy Jyn Erso, which is actually a really nice addition to that line. Next up, we have the large font blue box Jabba the Hutt. If you don't have this one for your collection, I highly recommend it. I think it's super undervalued, especially being an original blue box pop, so I'll be curious to see what this one goes for. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Jango Fett. This is the best Jango Fett pop that they've ever made. Super awesome dynamic jetpack mold where he's flying through the air. Very reminiscent of how he did so in episode 2. Moving on to the Jawa here. This is actually the original black box version of the Jawa. Moving up here, man, there's a lot of really good dynamic mold pops in this wave. This is the Gaming Greats GameStop exclusive Jet Trooper. This one is amazing. I think we only have one of these for our May the 4th show. Next up is Janna from the sequel trilogy, followed up by Jar Jar Binks. A Star Wars auction would not be complete without Jar Jar. And we actually have two of them. Here is the GameStop exclusive Jar Jar Binks. Next up, this is a pop I wish we had multiples of. This is the only Kanan that Funko has ever made. Oh my gosh, such a beautiful one here from the Rebels line. Then we have the standard version of Chrysanthemum from the Book of Boba Fett. Awesome bounty hunter. And then followed up, this is the cooler version in my opinion, the Flocked Chrysanthemum from 2022 San Diego Comic-Con. Next up, and the final pop in this wave, we have K2SO, the hilarious droid from Rogue One. This was an incredible wave, but let's see what's waiting for us in the next one. Kicking off this next wave, we actually have masked Kylo Ren from the sequel trilogy, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark unmasked Kylo Ren, Valentine's Day Kylo Ren, as well as the glow-in-the-dark Target exclusive holographic Kylo Ren. This one actually came in an exclusive t-shirt bundle, and the glow on it is pretty awesome. Then we have the Lights and Sounds Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. That's another one that's very popular. Target exclusive glow-in-the-dark Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And then the Toys R Us exclusive Kylo Ren, where he actually doesn't have a lightsaber. Then we have, moving on up here, the Barnes & Noble exclusive blue box K3PO. Casca Reeves, this was a specialty series exclusive. She, of course, was from The Mandalorian. Then we have Quallen here. He was actually in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Kit Fisto, a lesser-known Jedi, but this is actually the only version of him in pop form, and it was a Walgreens exclusive. Then we have Quill from The Mandalorian. Kari here from Star Wars Visions. Klaatu, the Skiff Guard from the original trilogy. This was actually a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive. Then we have the Bounty Hunter Forlome. Moving on up here, we have Old Man Lando Calrissian from the sequel trilogy, as well as a pair of young Lando Calrissians here from the Solo movie. This one actually happens to be a Hot Topic exclusive. Moving on over here, we have Lando Calrissian in the mask. This is actually a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive. Then we are moving into some Luke Skywalkers. We actually have the Tatooine Blue Box Luke Skywalker, followed up by the X-Wing pilot version of him, also in the Blue Box. Then we have Luke Skywalker holding Grogu from The Mandalorian, as well as the Entertainment Earth exclusive glow-in-the-dark Luke Skywalker, also from that epic ending scene in the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. Moving on up here from the sequel trilogy, we have Old Man Luke Skywalker, followed up by another version of him from the sequel trilogy. Then we have Luke Skywalker holding Grogu, but this time it's the Valentine's Day edition. Then we have the Entertainment Earth exclusive glow-in-the-dark holographic Luke Skywalker, another fun one. Then we have the Target exclusive retro Luke Skywalker, another version of him from the sequel trilogy, as well as him with Yoda on his back from the 40th anniversary line of The Empire Strikes Back. And then rounding out this wave, we have the Walmart exclusive gold Luke Skywalker, which is a pretty cool one. So that does it for this wave. Let's see what we got next. In this next wave, we're going to be finishing up the L's and officially moving into the M's. So down here we have L3-37, hilarious droid from the Solo movie. Then we have this beautiful piece right here, young Leia with the Lola droid. I absolutely love this pop. They did such a good job with this figure, and she was actually a 2023 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Moving on to the next one here, we have the Celebration sticker of Luke Skywalker. This is the version of him with the silver chrome base. It was a 2022 Celebration exclusive. Then we have the Bestman Luke Skywalker, and now we're moving into the Mandalorian. So here is the Valentine's Day Mandalorian. This one actually has a really funny quote here. It says, "This is the way to my heart." Very cute. Then we have the Mandalorian Din Djarin here flying through the air with Grogu, aka the child, in his arms. Then we have the Mudhorn Battle Mandalorian. This was actually a GameStop exclusive, and it was one of the possible pulls from the Black Friday Mandalorian mystery boxes. Then we have the unmasked Mandalorian holding Grogu once again. And then moving on up, these two pops are of my favorite Mandalorian ones that they've ever made. This is the Death Watch Mandalorian with no stripes. This is actually the harder one to get. It came in the t-shirt bundle. And then here is the Death Watch Mandalorian, once again with no stripes, but this is the jetpack version. And this was once again another possible pull from those Black Friday GameStop Mandalorian mystery boxes. Then we have the Target exclusive flame-throwing Mandalorian, very nice. Amazon exclusive Chrome Mandalorian, where he has the Chrome helmet. If you were lucky enough to get one of those error versions with the all Beskar Chrome body, that one actually has some pretty good value. Then we have the Super Commando Mandalorian, Funko Shop exclusive. A really interesting Mandalorian variant here, very cool. Then we have the Mandalorian with the Beskar staff. It was a Funko Shop exclusive, and we saw Din Djarin here with the Beskar spear in Mandalorian Season 2. Then we have the Entertainment Earth exclusive glow-in-the-dark holographic Mandalorian. This glow is absolutely incredible. And then we have my personal favorite Mandalorian character, the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian, aka Paz Vizsla. Moving on up here, we have the GameStop exclusive Jetpack Mandalorian. Here is the Funko Insider Club exclusive glow-in-the-dark Jetpack Mandalorian. I actually don't remember what glows on him. And this has to be the coolest Mandalorian pop that they've ever made. The San Francisco Giants giveaway edition version of the Mandalorian, complete with that epic Star Wars Day exclusive sticker, and instead of holding a pulsar rifle, he's actually holding a baseball bat. I absolutely love that pop. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark Mandalorian with the Darksaber, and then moving on to the next one here, this is the Night Sister Marin, one of the Star Wars gaming greats pops. Here we have the Walgreens exclusive Medical Droid, followed up by the Specialty Series exclusive Max Rebo. Then we have the Red Chrome Target exclusive Mandalorian, very appropriate that this was a Target exclusive. And then moving on up here, we have Maz Kanata from the sequel trilogy. She was a Target exclusive here with her goggles up. Then we have Moff Gideon, one of the best villains that we've seen in the Star Wars universe, played by the great Giancarlo Esposito. Then we have ME-809, followed up by the Designer Con exclusive Mark Hamill. Now, this pop is not officially a part of the Star Wars line, but we thought it was very appropriate, obviously, because Mark Hamill plays Luke Skywalker. Then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Mud Trooper. Absolutely love this Trooper variant. One of my personal favorites. Unfortunately, this one, the gun is broken, so that's definitely a bummer. So be very careful for those of you guys who do own that pop, because as we found out, the weapon that he's holding is on the flimsy side. Then we have the Target exclusive glow-in-the-dark Moff Gideon holding the Darksaber, and this was actually exclusive to the t-shirt bundle. Then we have still, miraculously, the only version of Mace Windu that they've ever made. What do you think, guys? Is Mace going to be returning to the Star Wars universe? I know Samuel L. Jackson would really like to play him again. This, of course, was a Walgreens exclusive. And then rounding out this wave, we have Merrick, and this is the only pop of Merrick that they've ever made. Saw his character, of course, in the Ahsoka series, and based on what happened to him, I don't anticipate us ever getting another pop of him. So that does it for this wave. Let's move on to the next one. For this next wave, we're going to be starting off with the Gaming Greats GameStop exclusive Night Brother. Then we have the Blue Box Nayland Shield, followed up by Ned B, the amazing rebellious droid that we saw in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and it actually happens to be one of Joanna and I's personal favorite pops. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Need Nub. Moving on into the O's, we have the Entertainment Earth exclusive Obi-Wan Kenobi in Mandalorian armor. Such a cool variant that they did recently. Then we have Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, followed up by the original black box vaulted Obi-Wan Kenobi. Next up, we have General Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Hello There Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Moving on up, we have the only version of Omega that Funko has made to date. This is a Target exclusive, of course, and it's based on Omega's appearance from Season 1 of The Bad Batch. Moving on into some Porgs, we have the Target exclusive Porg with the wings open. Then we have the Hot Topic exclusive Flocked Porg, followed up by the Chase Porg with its mouth open. And then we have a pair of Praetorian Guards based on their appearance from the sequel trilogy. Now, we actually saw Praetorian Guards pretty recently in The Mandalorian Season 3, and these pops are actually really cool. So here's the first version, followed up by the Walgreens exclusive version, and this guy actually has 2 staffs, which is pretty cool. Moving on into some Purge Troopers, we have one of the ones from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, followed up by the original Funko Insider Club Purge Trooper, and then the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Purge Trooper. Up here we have the GameStop exclusive Paz Vizsla, once again, my favorite Mandalorian. Then we have Paige from the sequel trilogy, followed up by the Walmart exclusive Princess Leia. Here's the original black box Princess Leia, followed up by the Yavin version of Princess Leia, where she's awarding the medal. Then we have another version of Princess Leia here from the sequel trilogy, followed up by a lot of people's favorites, Slave Leia. And this is the black box version, of course, and I think it's pretty safe to say that Funko is never going to make another pop of Slave Leia ever again. Then we have Professor Huyang, who we saw recently in the Ahsoka show, and this is actually a really cool pop nonetheless, another fantastic droid that I highly encourage you guys to add to the collection. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Plo Koon. He is another, I'd say, medium-known Jedi that Star Wars fans know about. We saw a lot of him in the Clone Wars, of course, as he was a mentor to Anakin as well as Ahsoka, and this is the only version of his pop that they have made, and I don't see them making another version of him. Up here, we have the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back Princess Leia, followed up by the blue box Boushh masked Princess Leia. Here is the original small font Princess Leia, and now we have one of my other personal favorites, the Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive Geonosis Padme Amidala, based on the version of her that we saw in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Then we have Pelimato with Grogu. Look at that, so freaking cute. Then we have one of my few favorite characters from the sequel trilogy. This is Poe Dameron in his flight suit. Then we have the Hot Topic exclusive Poe Dameron holding a blaster there. And now moving into the queues, we have the Tatooine Amazon exclusive Qui-Gon Jinn. And rounding out this wave, we have a beautiful grail right here, 2017 Galactic Convention exclusive glow-in-the-dark Force Ghost Qui-Gon Jinn. Of course, this one went up when we actually saw Liam Neeson appear as a Force Ghost at the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So another amazing wave, but let's move on to the next one. Now moving into the R's and S's, we're going to be starting off this wave with the Diamond R2-D2. This was actually a 2022 Celebration exclusive, and this one actually came with the Loungefly bag, if you guys remember that one. Then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Lights and Sounds R2-D2, followed up by the Concept Series R2-D2. Here is the small font blue box R2, followed up by the Dark Side Toys exclusive R2L3. Tell me that is not just the perfect sticker for a Star Wars pop. Then we have the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back R2-D2, and this one, of course, was a Target exclusive. Then we have the Smuggler's Bounty R2-D2 from Jabba's Skiff, where he's actually got the arms and all the cups and everything attached to him. Really nice pop right there. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Blue Box R2B1, Smuggler's Bounty exclusive R5D4, and then moving on up to the second row here, we have the Target exclusive The Ronin from Star Wars Visions. Moving into Reva, aka the third sister from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, we also have the Walmart exclusive Reva. I actually really like this version compared to this version because, of course, you get her double-wielded bladed lightsaber. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark exclusive Rey from the sequel trilogy, followed up by the Jakku version of Rey. And all things considering, we actually do not have that many Rey pops this year, so pretty wild. Maybe people are starting to really hold on to their Reys. Then we have the Specialty Series exclusive Rose from the sequel trilogy, followed up by Rio Durant from the Han Solo movie. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Rey, where she's got the Rebel helmet on, as well as holding the little doll right there. And then you have your classic Rey here, where she's holding her staff, once again from the sequel trilogy. Moving on up here, we have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Blue Snaggletooth, followed up by the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Red Snaggletooth. Then we have the X-Wing pilot here, Snap Wexley. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Reese. Then check out this one here, Walmart exclusive Saw Gerrera from Rogue One. And then we have the Fall Convention exclusive Saw Gerrera. So kind of like with a haircut, without a haircut. Then we have one of my personal favorite stormtroopers here. This is the Scarif Stormtrooper, aka the Shore Trooper, and they made a couple versions of this guy, but this is actually the only one we have for our May the 4th auction. Then we have the GameStop exclusive Remnant Stormtrooper. We saw them in the first season of The Mandalorian. Then we have Supreme Leader Snoke, one of the big bads from the sequel trilogy. Moving on up here, this is the Blue Box Walgreens exclusive Classic Snow Trooper. Then you have the original Blue Box small font version of the Stormtrooper, followed up by the 2022 Celebration shared exclusive Stormtrooper here, where they had the silver base. Then you have the 2,500 piece Blue Chrome Stormtrooper. This was a Celebration exclusive from 2019. Then you have the Silver Chrome Stormtrooper, followed up by Side and Athano. Then we have one of my other personal favorites here. This is the Sand Trooper. Really cool version right here from 2019 New York Comic Con. Then you have the very appropriate Red Stormtrooper. This was a Target exclusive. And then check out this guy right here, the Shadow Stormtrooper. They actually made a Shadow Trooper back in the day for, I want to say, 2011 San Diego Comic Con. But this one was just a GameStop exclusive, you know, based on the gaming line here. And this one is way cooler than the really expensive original one, at least in my opinion. But that's this wave. I believe we have one more wave of regular pops, and then we're moving on to the oversized. So here we go, guys. We finally made it to the final wave of 4-inch pops. But don't go anywhere yet, because we have the oversized and other oddball items to show off. So we're starting off down here in the right-hand corner. As per usual, here is the second sister Inquisitor, followed up by Shin Hati. This is the only pop of Shin so far. We saw her character in the Ahsoka series. Really enjoyed the actress who played her. I think she did a tremendous job, and I am so excited to see where Shin goes on her journey, and hopefully she stays in the Star Wars universe for a while. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Masked Sabine from the Rebels line. These Rebels pops are amazing, and they're still extremely tough to come by here in 2024. Here's the Unmasked Sabine, where you get to see all her different colors on her hair and everything. Absolutely amazing. Then we have the Funko Shop exclusive Concept Series Stormtrooper, and it's really cool because he actually has a lightsaber and a shield. So a really unique one right there. Here is the Concept Series Star Killer. This was actually a 2020 Celebration exclusive. Here's the shared version. Then we have the Pops with Purpose Blue Metallic GameStop exclusive Stormtrooper, followed up by my personal favorite Sabine Wren pop. This is the Power of the Galaxy Amazon exclusive version of her. You get everything. She's in jetpack mode. She's in a dynamic pose. She's flying. She's got not only her helmet on and everything, but she's also holding the Darksaber. In my opinion, this is just a perfect Star Wars pop. Up here, we have the Amazon exclusive Unmasked Sabine Wren from the Ahsoka series, followed up by Tech. Ah, man, rest in peace, Tech from the Bad Batch. Amazing pop, amazing character. If you guys don't have Tech in your collection, you're definitely missing out. Here is the black box version of the original Tusken Raider. And blue box or black box, the Tusken Raider pop is actually very difficult to find. Then we have the classic blue box TIE Fighter Pilot, followed up by the New York Comic Con official con sticker Chrome TIE Fighter Pilot. Then we have the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive TIE Fighter pilot, followed up by the Special Forces version of the TIE Fighter pilot right here. And that's, of course, distinguished by the red markings on his helmet. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive Trandoshan Thug from Mandalorian Season 1, followed up by Tobias Beckett from A Solo Story. Here is the other version of Tobias Beckett right here, followed up by Tala, who we saw in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. She, of course, befriended Obi-Wan and helped him along his journey. Then we have one of Thrawn's Night Troopers from the Ahsoka series. And one of the things I loved about Thrawn's troopers was that they were all a little different. They weren't all exactly the same as you typically see with clone troopers and stormtroopers. And I really liked that each one of Thrawn's Night Troopers also had a little touch of gold. Then we have actually my favorite Star Wars creature right here. This is the Crystal Fox, aka Vulpix from the sequel trilogy. And I just really like how the Crystal Foxes look. Definitely up there. My second favorite, of course, is a Lothcat, but Crystal Foxes are actually my favorite. Then we have Val from Solo, as well as the small font blue box Wicket, lovable Ewok right there, followed up by Wrecker from the Bad Batch. And this, of course, is based off of Wrecker's appearance in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. Moving on up, we have the green Emerald City Comic-Con shared sticker exclusive Yoda, followed up by the green Chrome Yoda, which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in 2019. And here is the con version. Same pop, only difference is, of course, the sticker. Then you have the Clone Wars version of Master Yoda, followed up by his original version. So here's the blue box version with the small font, followed up by the blue box version of the large font. So there is a significant price difference between these two pops because the large font, once again, was the first release. Then we have the Walgreens exclusive glow-in-the-dark Spirit Yoda, followed up by one of my personal favorite Yoda pops ever. This is the GameStop exclusive Hooded Yoda. And then rounding out this wave, we have the only Zeb pop that they still have made to this date from the Rebels line. And he is absolutely amazing. Would love to see a New Republic pilot version of Zeb, possibly based on his appearance in The Mandalorian Season 3. But nonetheless, we have that Zeb. And now we're moving on to the oversized pops. So I'm not going to be showing off all of the oversized items that we have for the auction, but here is a good chunk of them. So starting off down here, we have the glow-in-the-dark 2017 San Diego Comic-Con shared summer exclusive Supreme Leader Snoke. And even though Snoke is not the most popular character in Star Wars, this one actually has a pretty cool glow. Here we have the Duel of the Fates Darth Maul, Amazon exclusive deluxe there, along with the Duel of the Fates Qui-Gon Jinn. We also have the young Obi-Wan from that wave as well. Here is the Smuggler's Bounty exclusive Dagobah face-off movie moment. And then check out this beautiful pop right here. Jabba the Hutt, Slave Leia, and Salicious B. Crumb. An amazing, amazing blue box pop from 2015. And this pop is awesome because it actually has Jabba the Hutt's tail stretching the entire width of the box, plus you got his tongue slipping out there and everything. And then of course you have the beautiful, incredible Slave Leia, where she's actually on her side and everything. One of only 2 versions of Slave Leia that Funko has ever made. Up here we have the Mandalorian and N1 Starfighter with Grogu in the back, of course. Amazon exclusive, beautiful pop ride, and it looks absolutely beautiful out of box. Highly recommend. Then we have the glow-in-the-dark Target exclusive The Ronin and B5-56 from Star Wars Visions. Here we have the 6-inch blue box Wampa. Very cool piece right here. From the Bounty Hunters collection, we have IG-88. We also have a few more from this collection as well. I don't think we have the whole set, unfortunately, but we do have a few. Here is the Child with Egg Canister. Kind of a weird storyline that they had going on with Grogu eating all the eggs, but nonetheless, they decided to make it a little mini TV moment, and it's pretty cute. Then we have Greedo, Hammerhead, and Walrus Man. Really cool Walmart exclusive 3-pack right here, but not as cool as this 3-pack with Tarful, the unhooded Emperor with the Force Lightning, as well as the 212th Legion Utapau Clone Trooper, Walmart exclusive, and this is the only way that you can actually get that specific orange clone in your collection. So really nice 3-pack to own. I have one of these in my collection and highly recommend. Up next, we have Boba Fett with his Slave One. This was a New York Comic Con exclusive from 2017. It's actually a very difficult pop to find. Plus, as far as pop rides go, it's really nice in this smaller, compact box. When you compare it to something like the Mandalorian and the N1 Starfighter, you can see the box size definitely is extremely different. Then you have Pong Krell versus Captain Rex, GameStop exclusive. We do have a few of these 2-packs. I anticipate they are going to be heavily sought after, especially when GameStop runs out of these 2-packs. If you don't have the original Captain Rex, I highly recommend grabbing this one. And then as a bonus, you do get the first ever and likely only ever Pong Krell pop right there. honestly, Funko did an amazing job with this. Up here we have Princess Leia and R2-D2. Princess Leia is holographic, of course, and she does glow in the dark, as this was a 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Next to that one, we have the beautiful Amazon exclusive Endor Force Ghost 3-pack, where you get Anakin Skywalker, Yoda, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. The glow on this is absolutely unreal, and when it comes to holographic pops, this one is actually really unique in the fact that their bases are light blue as compared to all the other holographic pops, where their bases are just the standard black Star Wars base. Right here we have another beautiful original blue box pop here with the Sand Trooper and Dewback. Now, even though I don't really like how the Sand Trooper's face looks, I love the Dewback. This pop is absolutely incredible. Walmart exclusive. The only reason I don't have one of these in my collection is because I've never really found one with a perfectly mint box. So that's kind of what I'm holding out for. I really hope to find a super mint one of these days, although it's just going to be harder and harder as time goes on. You got the Great Trooper right there with the orange pauldron and everything, and the Dewback looks absolutely incredible out of box. Last but certainly not least, and I think this is actually a rather new Star Wars item, we have a Princess Leia retro TargetCon exclusive t-shirt bundle where you get the pop with the window. Credit to Funko for actually giving these t-shirt bundles windows now. And then you have this awesome pop, which you guys will see me wearing in just a moment. So with that being said, I have one more rather large pop that I'm going to be showing off for you guys, and then we will of course close out this video. I know Alex is ready for me to be done with this rather long auction preview. And here is the final item to show off for Saturday's auction. We actually have a Funko Shop exclusive 18-inch Darth Vader that we are going to be starting off at just $1, just like every single other item that we have going up for our May the 4th show. This is coming courtesy of an amazing member of our Slapshotpops family, so shout out to him once again. He said he wanted to make this year's May the 4th show the biggest show on Whatnot, and he could only do that by sending us an 18-inch Vader to auction off. So I'd say he did a pretty good job by selecting the right pop to get the job done. So pretty crazy. I've actually never seen one of these in person, so now to be able to have one to auction off is really cool. So thank you so much to that person. You know who you are. So before we close out today's video, guys, I've got two more quick things. I don't want this to fall off the table. I want to talk about essentially the purpose of this auction. Now, I know this has been a long video, so I want to thank everybody who has made it thus far. If you have, feel free to smash that like button. It definitely helps out the channel. But the purpose of this year's May the 4th auction is a couple reasons. To celebrate our love for Star Wars, that of course is number one. Number two, I actually want to show off the beautiful hand-painted charity pucks that Joanna has not only designed, but also, like I mentioned, hand-painted for this year's show. And just like last year, we do have blacklight lightsaber pucks, although this year we have added 2 more colors. So we actually have red for the users of the dark side, like Darth Vader and Darth Maul. We also have blue, of course, like Anakin and Obi-Wan. And on top of blue, let's see, we also have green for Luke Skywalker and Yoda, just to name a few of the people who use a green lightsaber. We also have white, and the white one, of course, being the color that resembles Ahsoka the best, in our opinion. This year, actually we're not there yet, so we also have purple representing Mace Windu, and then we have 2 other bonus colors this year that we are excited to announce and unveil. Now with these 2 colors, these are very limited, so if you are lucky enough to get one of these colors, congratulations, because these 2 are what we consider to be the rarer or harder to get chases. So the first one that we have here is the yellow lightsaber puck, and this one represents none other than Asajj Ventress. We thought it was a great time to have a puck represent her, especially with her reappearance in the Bad Batch TV series. And then last but certainly not least, we have the color orange, and this puck represents, I'd say, my new favorite character in Star Wars, and that of course is Baylan Skoll. I wanted to have his lightsaber represented because unfortunately Ray Stevenson passed away, and even though he's no longer with us, he gave us an incredible performance in the Ahsoka show. So those are the 7 colored lightsaber pucks. 100% of the proceeds from the sales of the pucks, just like every single month, will go to charity, and we are actually donating to autism awareness. So that is the charity for the month of May. The price breakdown will be in the Buy It Now, so they'll be at various different prices because I know that everybody has different budgets and what they're able to spend and donate and everything. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. Shout out to Joanna once again for not only designing the pucks, but also hand painting every single one with 4 coats each. They came out beautiful, and I'm so excited for you guys to get them in your collection. And on top of that, it's really cool. They also say, May the 4th be with you. So very nice touch with that. The last thing that I want to mention really quick for this auction, we are in the process of moving, and we have invested a lot of money into this show. With that being said, we are very hopeful that we can raise a good chunk of money because we are planning on this auction's profits being what we put down on our new house. So if you guys come over and choose to pick up something for your collection, you're not only getting something great for your collection, hopefully, you're also making an investment in Slapshotpops, you're making an investment in myself and Joanna, and you're making an investment in our dream to get a bigger home, to be able to make more content, start a second channel and everything. So just want to thank you guys in advance for everything you do for us because we have worked tremendously hard, and this auction is it's going to determine a lot for us, and we're already pretty excited. So that's going to do it. I know this video is like super long, so thank you to everybody who's made it this far. You guys are the best. Feel free to go pre-bid on whatever you would like. Make sure to set those reminders. And even if you don't like Star Wars, like I mentioned, make sure to come on over and watch the show. It's sure to be a really spectacular night. And also, last thing I'll say, shout out to Whatnot. We actually just got word a couple hours ago that they're going to be making us a headliner for their entire Star Wars weekend. So we're coming off being a headliner for WhatNotCon and now being a headliner for the May the 4th weekend show. So it's pretty incredible, and it's very special, and it's a testament to all of the hard work and all of the amazing viewers and supporters of the channel. So thank you guys so much. With that being said, don't stop shooting until you score. We will see you Saturday night, and as always, may the Force be with you.